Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. On the agenda tonight, we have Fleetwood Mac, and this is going to be a performance from 1976. They're going to be playing I'm So Afraid. I thought I'd do another one on Fleetwood Mac just because I did a video highlighting Lindsey Buckingham before, but the crowd was quite high in the mix, so it's quite difficult to hear what was going on. So this will give a little bit of a clearer representation of Lindsey's performance and also why he's underrated kind of vocally as well. But let's get these guys up on screen and see how they get on.
So many ways to count the tears. I'll never change, I never will. I'm so afraid the way I feel. Days when the rain and the sun are gone, like a knife, agony is drawn at my heart too long. So afraid, so inside out far.
So we've had our intro and verse and chorus as well, and a great little solo there from Lindsey. But the first thing I want to talk about really are the vocals. The fact that Lindsey's vocal is so strong. He's got such a great phrasing and such a great tone to his voice as well. And it's one of those things that's overlooked. And what I love about this performance is that he really goes for it, especially a little bit later on. He really kind of opens the taps on his vocals. Another thing is how well Stevie Nicks' voice complements Lindsey's. And I know that this would have been pretty soon after they actually joined the band. And I know that Mick Fleetwood asked Lindsey if he wanted to be in the band, and obviously Lindsey said, only if my girlfriend can be in the band as well. But that was a really cool move because their voices work together so well, and those harmonies are really cool in the background that Stevie's doing. Obviously we've got Christine McVie as well, who's on organ here, and that really fills out the sound as well. It gives it such a great full sound, and it's that classic 70s sound that those organs just added something extra to that whole band experience, that whole live sound, and obviously gives something cool to play lead guitar solo over the top of. Sometimes if you're playing rhythm guitar and then go into lead guitar, obviously you've then sacrificed your rhythm guitar if there's only one guitarist. So having that backing of that organ is just really cool to fill out that sound. But yeah, we've got John McVie on bass as well, and obviously Mick Fleetwood on drums. What I love about this performance is it's so dry. You can really hear Lindsey's vocals clearly, Stevie's vocals as well in the back. There's no excessive effects on anything. Even on the vocal, you know, it's pretty much a dry mic, so that's why we can really get to appreciate Lindsey's vocal and his playing. What I love as well is Lindsey's tone here. He's got a really cool touch of delay on his guitar, so it's just got a little bit of a wet sound to it, which really helps it stand out and just embellishes his lines a little bit more. And as you can see there, he's just playing with that first finger kind of striking down, which is taking the place of a pick because he plays kind of fingerstyle on acoustic as well. People might not hear too much of his lead stuff and just see him as a great acoustic fingerstyle player, but he's kind of got so many strings to his bow. Yeah, it's a real disappointment actually now that he's not on the tour anymore. You know, he's the kind of guy that you don't really want to let go, and he's definitely not only underrated, but I think underappreciated. Great voice and great guitar skills. But let's have a little listen to some more.
Always down, no one cared to stay around. I'll never change, I never will. I'm so afraid the way I feel. Days when the rain and the sun are gone. Black as night, agony is strong and my heart too long. So afraid.
I'm just going to stop it there before Lindsey's solo. Just another word on those vocals. What I love about this performance is that Lindsey just gets into it. He really pushes his vocal and he starts to get that gravel sound as well because he's putting that effort in. And it's such a great sound vocally. You've got some vocals sometimes where guys that go higher in their range, they start to flip over into a kind of head voice or falsetto as well, whereas Lindsey just goes all the way up there with chest voice, if you know what that is in singing, where he just kind of belts it out. Belting is another term that's used for that kind of style of singing, but it's so full of emotion and it's so much better than singing a really light top note to just lean into it like that. But now we're going to be getting into a little bit of solo work from Lindsey. So just breaking down that solo, the other thing about Lindsey is that when he's playing lead guitar, he's not going to really get into technicalities of playing, alternate picking, all that sort of stuff, because he's using his finger as the pick. So everything that you get from Lindsey is just emotion and just putting everything that he's got into the notes that he's playing, and it's all conscious. And it's all just spur of the moment. Another thing not to overlook here is John's bass and mixed drumming. I mean, the top bands are always top bands for a reason. It's always got a solid foundation of bass and drums. That rhythm section has got to be super tight. So really cool stuff here. Let's watch until the end of the video. And there it is, and Mick just collapses onto his drums after the effort of that very last fill that he played, and you can hear how tight the drums are and the bass, and everyone's playing their part in the band here perfectly. It's a really cool early performance of when those two actually came and what they added to Fleetwood Mac, and it just gave them a really great advantage of those vocals that blended so well together. I love a band who have not only a lead vocal but also backing vocals. Lindsey, not only could he fill a lead section like he did there with something that's really cool and really emotive and really engaging, but he could also carry a track with his rhythm playing. A lot of the time actually with Fleetwood Mac, when he's playing guitar, it is a three-piece setup. You'll have just drums, bass, and his acoustic guitar. Because he's playing fingerstyle, he's just filling in that guitar with so many notes and so many technical aspects of his playing that you're unaware really that it's effectively a three-piece sound, because it doesn't sound like a three-piece because he does so much with his guitar. Thank you for suggesting Fleetwood Mac in the first place for me to have a look at. Keep those suggestions coming in the comments below. I'll put the link to this video in the description as well so you guys can check it out. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Rock!